Yo, what's going on, Thanks, I hope you're all super well. Welcome to episode 40 of Hashtag Ask Tweety. Episode 40, and man, oh man, I'm so pumped for this one. I got my Word document up. Remember, if you want to send in questions, best to send them in this YouTube comments section, but if you don't want to really reveal yourself or you want to keep it private and I don't shout your name up, best to send your questions into me on Snapchat. If you don't know what this series is, basically I answer your questions completely unedited. You can listen to this without even watching it. Yeah, it's just me talking really and just giving you guys as much value as possible, advice, my opinions, different things like that. So, man, these questions are fire. That's all I'm going to say. They're so good. I'm looking forward to this one. So, to kick us off, should you join a team where your friends play that you enjoy, or play at a higher level that makes your parents proud and makes you feel better than others? So this question, I can completely see this being in someone's life, and for me, I look at it and I go, what do you even mean? Now, some people might be in the same situation as well. Thankfully, I don't have parents that put a lot of pressure on me at all. I could go to Dad and say, Dad, I'm not playing football, and look, we'd discuss it, but he wouldn't be upset with me, he wouldn't get angry with me. I've just been able to make my own decisions, and I probably would have forced that onto him if he didn't think I was able to. I'd say, mate, I got one life, like, let me do what I want to do with it. So, it's basically, do you play with friends, or do you play at a high level to make your parents proud, or as well as make yourself feel better as a player and person, to be better than others? Now, I think that really comes down to you. I speak with my dad about a lot of things and I get a lot of advice from him, but at the end of the day, I listen to that advice and then make my own decision, what I think is going to be best for me. So sometimes I speak with him and we disagree and I go, okay, I like your advice, but this is what I'm going to do because this is what I think is going to be best, whether that's in football or life. So look, it comes down to you. Do you want to play football with your mates? Do you want to pursue it professionally? If you want to pursue it professionally, I assume that your friends are playing at a lower level, which means you won't really go up the ranks. Now, you need to do what you enjoy the most. I have a story of someone who I knew, their partner used to do a lot of dancing, and the parents absolutely hammered her for 18 years of dancing. And she was really, really good at it. She could have become a professional, this could have been her full-time job. And one day she decided, it's too much, I'm quitting. And the reason for that was she just didn't enjoy it anymore. So if you're doing something else for someone else that's not really your passion, then you're just going to crash and burn. The reason you see players like Messi and Ronaldo becoming so good is because they put in all these extra hours that nobody has to tell them, oh, go down to the park. Nobody has to tell them anything because they're already down there. There's stories of Ronaldo getting to training hours before anyone else and practicing because that's what he wants to do. He wants to become the best. His dad doesn't go, okay, you go, oh, I'm sorry, but his dad passed away, I believe, so sorry about that one. But his mum isn't going to go to him, Ronaldo, come on, mate, get down to the park early and make me proud. No, he brings that upon himself. So you need to look inside, and I always say, like, you know, I'd love to be playing in the Premier League and the World Cup. These are goals that I have, but like, I'm not doing it for Dad. I'm not doing it for anyone. I'm doing it for myself because this is what I want to do with my life. Now, look, it would be nice because Dad's put so much work and money into providing me an environment where I can succeed, so it would be nice to say, look, that we did this together. But at the end of the day, it's on me, and that's just something that you need to see. Do you want to become a professional for yourself or for your family? If it's for your family, look, man, just sit down and have a chat with them. Say, look, I don't think this is for me. If you think they're putting too much pressure on you, just sit down and have a chat with them. I know it can be difficult, but it's the worst possible thing I think could happen when your parents are forcing you to do something too much. That's my advice. That's what I think is best for you. And yeah, like I said, let's go down to the root of it. If you want to be a pro, you need to be playing at the highest level possible, not mucking around with your mates. Second question. What does your agent provide that you don't already do yourself? So basically an agent is somebody who is closely connected to you, sometimes from most of my experiences, I've never actually signed with an agent. But I believe once you actually sign with an agent, they actively go out and look for clubs so that you can go and trial there or sign there once you've become an established player. For me, would they do differently that I don't already do myself is they have these connections at different clubs. You saw at Whitehawk. There was no way in the world I would have got a connection at Whitehawk if I didn't have the scout-agent guy on my side. So I think it's important at older ages, we spoke about this in the last episode, I believe, that be patient with it, find an agent that you trust. I spoke with an agent ages ago, at the very beginning of this journey, maybe day 20, and he said, I didn't like how he sounded, and so I decided not to go with him. I had to sign a deal with him where it was 2 years, and he got 5 or 10% of whatever I earned in football. I was like, okay, I don't really like this. I don't even know this dude, and he's already talking about, like, you know, this sort of thing. So, I don't know. You need to find an agent that you trust, find an agent that you know, and it can be difficult. Maybe you need to go onto these websites like LinkedIn. Maybe you need to be performing extremely well at your games and have an agent see you. I think agents and scouts, they're different. I say agent just scout for me because it's an interesting little situation, because he's not exactly an agent, but a scout is someone who's scouting for a specific team or specific clubs. Now, an agent is someone who has a wide range of clubs, maybe in different countries, or he just has a broader audience. So a scout will be looking for, okay, let's say the scout is for Swansea City. They're going to be looking, okay, Swansea City, they're under 18s, they need a right back, a centre mid, and a striker. So that when they go to a game, they're only looking for these right backs, centre mids, and strikers. Now, when an agent goes to the game and looks, they're looking, okay, I just want to pick anyone that's good. Sign them up, let's make some money on it. And, you know, if you're a good player, they're going to push you into the higher leagues. You're going to make your money, they're going to make their money, and everyone's happy. So that's the difference between a scout and agent. I don't know. Don't ask me how to get one. It's difficult. I even struggle. Next question. I hope that cleared everything up. They just provide connections, really. Third and final questions. We do 3 questions every episode. Is it good to have a personal trainer / coach that trains you and has links, but you have to pay quite a lot of money? Oh, sorry. The first question came in from NTF Sport. The second one was from Andy Montalbano, and then this last one comes in from It's Trivity. So paying a lot of money to a one-on-one coach, I'd say, that has a lot of links can be something which is great. I did that with my one-on-one coach, my mentor, and look, I'd say it's a fair bit of money that we paid, but we were really just focused on the training, and he just moved me up the leagues just because of how much better I was getting. I did the other work by myself. I worked hard. I got these opportunities at Sydney FC and Western Sydney Wanderers, which are A-League clubs here, but at the youth level. Now, do I think it's worth it paying? I don't know. I think I'm just trying to put myself in my shoes of the coach. So if I could see that someone was just there to leech off me and get my connections, then I wouldn't be too happy. I think the reason that I was able to get an opportunity in Sabadell with my mentor is because we were pretty much best friends, and we haven't spoken in a while just because he's doing a lot of things and I'm doing different things. But while he was over here, I'd say like we were really good mates. That's my Snapchat, sorry. We were really good mates, and we were connecting, like we were seeing each other 3-4 times a week, and so he cared about me, and I feel like that's the connection you need to make with someone. Don't just, I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of the coach. Like, I would never want a kid to come train with me and then say, like, after a couple of sessions, say, hey, can you move me into another team? You need that connection, especially when it's something like that. When I'm providing coaching sessions for someone, my goal is to make the player better. And look, I'm happy to, once I've built a connection with the player, I might move them around. I might see if I can speak to a couple of people, like with, I forget his name. I don't even know if he said his name, so he won't. But No, I do remember his name. That was in the episode a couple of 365-day challenge videos ago. I recommended him this website, and he went there and got a trial with a club. Now, that's something I was just like, oh, look, I like this guy. I think he's a cool dude. He's a good player, and let's see if I can help him. And he didn't say anything. So, look, try not to exploit people. That's my biggest thing. You know, you need to approach every situation differently. If your dad's mate has contacts, don't just exploit him. You need to build that connection, and you need to make the person care about you. And then what will happen will happen. So that's my advice. And yeah, look, I think at the end of the day, if you have the money, then why not? If you're a millionaire, then who cares? It's however much you pay. If you're like struggling to eat, then you got to think about it. Maybe you got to go work harder by yourself and get these drills off YouTube and pay less to sign up to little programs. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to conclude this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button below. I always stuff this up. I'm going to say that again. So anyway, Tim's going to sign out. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're around here. Join the hashtag Ask20 family. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.
Listen.